I was asked recently about what other methods I use when setting opals, so here I am to talk about that. In the background here, you'll see me doing exactly that. I need to take this opal out so I can accurately take the measurements of this ring. So this is a tool that you can get on Amazon. I'll have a screenshot of the listing up on the screen. It's not a sponsored link, it's just what I use. Amazing tool. But dealing with opal can be very, very tricky. You need to assess the jewelry and you do not want to crack it. So the first thing to look at is how closely the claws are connected to the opal and if any glue's been put in underneath the claws. It's really important to know that, because if you start trying to prise a claw open and it's glued to the opal, you will crack it. You've also got to look at where the opal is being held at the base and make sure that it hasn't actually been sort of carved or shaped into a baseline, and you might be moving metal around and actually forcing tension at another spot on the opal. I use a wire method as well. If you don't have confidence in the tool and you really want to stay away from the surface of the opal, I put a little bit of wire through the base of the opal underneath the claw there, and I actually pull the claw away from the opal using wire. It's really great little hack because it keeps everything moving away from the opal. All the tension's on the claw but in the opposite direction, and you've got no contact whatsoever with the opal. Another one to use is pliers. You can just gently tweeze those, but remember, every time you touch the opal, it's so easy to slip, and then you're using so much pressure and force, you can slip and then bang, you're going to crack your opal. So it's slow and steady wins the race. When I do a drawing of a new design, I do actually like to trace the actual size of the opal and first of all draw the opal in the exact scale of the actual piece. So quite frankly, for me, sketching and designing is not about creating beautiful artworks, it's just about getting the measurements right. It's all about measurements. So I do a top view, I do a side view from two sides if necessary, and then a view from underneath just to show what's happening. And this generally gets all of the elements in place that are needed. For me, the main thing is to look at is how wide is the shoulder, how wide is the base, and then how thick is the opal. So you look at the thickness of the actual metal on the side and then on the bottom, and then you're just looking at how high the setting's going to be. These are the main measurements. I always like to measure the opal in detail because then I can give a really accurate idea of how large the actual ring's going to sit, how high it's going to sit, and generally like to keep that nice and low so it doesn't become this incredible big building on your finger. Just something nice you can actually wear without catching it on everything. So thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions about my process or share some of your own stories. I always love hearing from you guys, so comments are always welcome. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Bye.